There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name, and I'm sitting here with our previous guest, Tomika Turner, and she is a serial entrepreneur. And today we're going to talk about her tax business. She has 4 businesses, about to be 5, and she has assistant care facility, a tax business, a
business consultant.
She's a business consultant.
Getting into Airbnb.
She's getting into Airbnb.
And who knows what else?
Yes. Because
what
it's
else
something
is coming
I'm
up
forgetting.
next?
I don't even
Exactly
know what
right.
it is.
Look, I don't forget. It's too many. I lost count.
Yeah. So right now,
Yeah.
we're going to get into the tax business, right? And so I wanted to know. So I'm an accountant, in case you don't know. And a lot of people hit me up asking me about starting a tax business and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? You actually, especially people who are in school, like there's a lot of people who are going back to school. I know a lady who has a tax company or a tax business she's trying to start, and she told me she's trying to get her degree in accounting for her tax business. And I was telling her, you know, you don't actually have to have an accounting degree to do tax.
You don't.
Right? Most of the people who you see working the H&R Block, almost none of them.
Oh, definitely. They just data entry. Not saying that I'm data entry, but I went to school. It's good to have some type of accounting background. Yeah. If you're going to definitely take this business serious, but if you're just working at H&R Block, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't actually. So it's great to take some accounting classes to understand tax.
Yes.
I don't even want to say accounting classes.
Yeah.
Tax classes.
Tax classes,
if you take some tax classes, that would be great.
Help you, because accounting is different, you know, from taxes.
Yeah. So I had to take tax classes in my accounting program or whatever. But you know, like tax is tax. It's not like you have to know about bookkeeping.
Exactly. Unless that's a service that you're doing.
No, that's why that was the other part. So I want to get into the types of services that you provide because, you know, I don't know if you just do taxes. See, I don't know anything about her tax business yet. So I don't know if she does bookkeeping and any kind of audit work or anything like that. But I just wanted to say that you don't, if you're going to start a tax business, you don't necessarily, unless you're going to be doing like CPA type work, you don't necessarily need to get an accounting degree to do tax.
Yes,
you can do tax without it.
Yes, you can.
So that was kind of what I wanted to get into, because you don't have an accounting degree.
No, right? But I do have a business degree.
She has a business degree.
Accounting and major.
Gotcha. But you don't have to actually use.
You don't have to,
That's all I'm trying to get to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now with your tax business, how did you get into doing tax? And why tax?
Okay, so stuff always just falls in my lap because I'm an entrepreneur in spirit. So I was doing taxes. People will ask me, "Hey, can you do my taxes on what is that TurboTax?"
TurboTax.
Stuff like that. The tax company that's already out. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it for $50. And so I was doing that for a while. Like, just somebody come to me and say, "Can I do their taxes right quick?" And I would do it for $50. But that was not the right way, guys. Please do not do it like that.
It is not the right way.
So one day my cousin, and she calls me, she's like, "Tomika, I know you like to make money, and you know, I just invested in myself. I'm gonna start doing taxes." She said, "I think that's something you should do because I know you can do this. I know the type of person you are." Kid you not, I had $1,000 in my savings account. And so when you asked that last question, this is one of the business that started the other business.
Gotcha.
So I literally just had $1,000 in my account. I'm like, I got to do something with this money. And so I was like, you know what? It was $1,000 to start, to learn how to start your tax business. And I invested $1,000. Okay, and I made $10K that first year, which is nothing, but
from 1,000,
I flipped 1,000 to 10K.
Yeah, it's a 10x. But what I'm wondering is, where did you pay the $1,000 to?
Well, there was, like, you know, people who pay consultants. He already had his tax company. And so he was looking to grow his company. He was looking for tax professionals to come in his company and help expand that company.
Okay.
And so I see, like I say, I never miss an opportunity. And I seen that opportunity and I said, okay, well, you know what? I talked to God. And the name of his company was Future Financial. And so I said, God, you got to give me some signs. Like, should I take my last $1,000 and spend it on this? So when I was driving, I kept saying Future everywhere. I promise you not.
Future came on the radio.
Yeah.
Future everywhere.
I seen the word future everywhere. And then I seen actually a Future Financial somewhere in Snellville. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this because I asked God for the signs and I see it. So let me go ahead and give him my $1,000.
So that was kind of like a franchise.
Yes.
Okay, so you bought into the franchise with $1,000. It's almost no franchise you can buy into with $1,000.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So you bought into the franchise for $1,000. What did the $1,000 give you?
$10K.
No, I mean that's the money. I mean, like what did you buy? Like a program?
Okay, so with the $10K came educational program.
I mean,
so
with the
we
1K.
had. Sorry, I'm just thinking about my profit.
Okay, right. That's what's up. Think about the profit.
So with the 1K, he gave us educational programs. We had training. We had a training almost every week or twice a week. He went over everything, the tax business, how to start it, how to get your clientele, and it came with the software as well.
Okay.
And so it came with the software. He showed you how to get your PTIN because you have to have a PTIN, and I didn't even know what that was at the time. Right. But you have to have a PTIN.
Tell them what a PTIN is.
So it's a prepared tax identification number. Yeah. So just like a SSN number, Social Security number, every tax preparer have to have that number, and your taxes have to be in order for you to prepare taxes as well to get that PTIN. Gotcha. So they're just not giving it away.
Gotcha. So if you want to file taxes for other people,
you have to get your PTIN.
You have to get a PTIN.
But if you are starting a company with your own, your company, you have an EFIN. So I have an EFIN now. It took me 6 years, but now I have an EFIN where I can have people work under my tax company now. Gotcha. So now I'm doing my own thing. I was working with someone, and now I branched out, and now I'm the owner of Tax Season.
Tax Season, I like
and that's what I named my company.
Like
just that's simple, hard. Tax Season, like
that's dope. I like that. Okay, so would they still need to have a PTIN though?
Yes, anyone who works under me, you have to have a PTIN.
Gotcha.
That's the only way. Yes, I have the EFIN. I still have to get a PTIN every year too. Gotcha. So you still have to renew your PTIN every year, and the EFIN, you have to take your courses, your 16-hour courses.
Yeah, in case you guys don't know, I might be doing taxes this year.
I hope so. I mean, that would be the thing to do, the smart thing to do.
Yo, I've paid. So my taxes are very complicated. I can do simple taxes. It's nothing. I'm an accountant, right? That's simple stuff. But my taxes are not like regular people taxes.
Yes.
Because of all the little things that I have my hands in.
And I love doing those type of taxes. Yeah. I love the complex taxes, which has, helped me grow my business. But my first year, I didn't do so well. I'm going to be honest. I probably called over 300-400 people, and I didn't have but 20 clients.
Wow.
My first year.
First year. Like $10,000 a year.
Yes.
That's still 10,000. It's still 10x.
Yeah.
It's still a 10x.
It's still good,
and she has knowledge that can grow and expand and make more clientele in the future.
Exactly. So 8 years later, I have over 300 clients, and I had like 6 people working under my PTI.
So from
my
20 to 300 clients.
Yes.
Wow.
And I still feel like that's not a lot because I have so many different business. But if I put all my time in taxes, I probably would have more clients. But because I have multiple business, I have to balance myself out.
When I'm looking at it, like it's 365 days in a year.
Exactly.
300 clients. You did one a day.
I'm still making money from tax season, and it's October.
Yeah.
So you still make money after tax season.
Yeah, because it's like, about 4 months or so?
Yeah, it's 4 months, but the thing is, once
businesses need them often, though.
Exactly. Yeah. And the more you start doing taxes, you have people that start calling you off season. So I still have clients that call me off season. I'm still doing people taxes. So, yeah.
Filing amendments.
Like that.
Yeah. So okay. So out of the businesses, all the businesses that you started, would you say that, I guess, based off of return on investment, this would be the best return on investment? Or you got something else?
I would say home health care.
Home health care has a higher return on investment. Wow. Okay. Cause
make more money from home health care.
I did that, but as far as like how much money you got to put out, that's what.
There's not a lot of money to put out. So yeah, So you could, I could do my taxes in bed.
Yeah, so I would think it would be the highest ROI.
So you could do taxes
outside
virtually.
Of consulting, which is probably that might be higher ROI.
Yeah, consulting I don't have to pay anybody. I'm just collecting.
Yeah, you only
so, I'm just collecting. But taxes, I pay a percentage to my tax professionals who work under me. So they do get a percentage and I get a percentage.
Gotcha. But they're doing all the work.
Well, I'm doing the work
You're doing
too.
some of the work?
Yeah.
You're doing some of the work?
Yeah, but I train them and they do the work. But I have the most clients though. So they're actually, So most of the people who I'm bringing in, they're starting. You get what I'm saying? The same way how I came in. I was starting. So now they're starting. I'm training them.
Gotcha.
And showing them the way.
Are you starting them the way you started with the $1,000 up front?
Well, mine is a little cheaper.
Oh, you have.
No, they start.
So they're their own business.
Yeah, they give me they do a starting fee.
Gotcha.
So I don't charge people $1,000 to start. It's $650.
$650.
Yeah.
All right. So wait, before we go any further. $650. Get started with her.
Yep.
You know, start your tax company.
Yes.
Start your tax business. Yeah, people. When I always tell people this. When I first found out about accounting, right? Because I didn't know anything about college. I was in the military. Didn't know anything about college. My sister had gone off, but she's like 9 years older than me. I didn't know anything about college, right?
Yeah.
So I found out about accounting. My teacher in economics class was like, I had just went back to school. He was like, you need to be an accountant. You know numbers. You understand business at a granular level. Like this will be great for you, and you're picking these concepts up so easily. And I was like, I don't know what that is. Like, how do you become an accountant? Like, is it just a general business administration degree, or is it like a certification you got to get? He was like, no, it's a degree for it. And I was like, oh, okay, so. I go home, I call one of my friends and say, yo, I'm finna change my major to accounting because I had a general business. I didn't know anything. So I called my god brother and I'm like, yo, I'm finna change my major to accounting. And he said, yo, so you can do my taxes? And I was like, what? Like that, how did, like, I'm not even saying that I'm gonna go into taxes. Like, I don't. And then I get off the phone with them, I call somebody else, they're like, yo, so you can do my taxes? I'm like, everybody is just trying to pay me to do their taxes. Like, don't charge me too much now. And I was like, okay, I'm not even a tax person, right? Like, I'm like, well, y'all just gonna trust me with your taxes? Because nobody wants to touch the taxes.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so they're trusting these strangers or people who don't even, myself, didn't even know anything about tax at the time. And so they were trusting me with their taxes. And I was like, bro, I just said I'm enrolling in the school. Like, I'm not a preparer. I don't, you know. And so that was when I knew it was money in accounting, though.
Oh, yes.
That was the moment where I was like, oh, there's money here because everybody's scared of accounting. They're scared of taxes.
Taxes, bookkeeping.
All that stuff, Yeah, they want somebody else to do all the stuff with their money. Yes. Right. To count your money. When somebody told me you can get paid to count money, I said, where is this job? Where is this job? I love to count money. So that's how I became an accountant, but it was because of tax that I knew that there was money.
There
and
definitely
I don't do tax yet, but I'm going.
You should. And like what you were saying, you have to be trustworthy. Yeah. And you have to have a system that people are going to come back. So I have a system now where I could do taxes virtually. You don't even have to come in the office. I could set you up your own login access with my software. You could go into the software. You could upload all your documents. All your W-2s, everything. We could do video chat, and everything is confidential.
Which is great for the time we're in.
Exactly, because it makes up things so quick, so easy. And so this is how I get my referrals, my clients. I'm trustworthy. I have a system that they could go into, and they know I'm not going to, do anything with their money or take their money. Now, I do charge my worth. I'm going to say that in anything that I do. So, but with that, I'm going to make sure you get your refund. I'm going to make sure I offer you the best, service that I possibly can.
So do you also do the, Because there was a lady I know, she would ask me if I wanted to put $5,000 or $10,000 up to her sisters or family members' tax service, because what they would do is they would give you, like, you can opt into, it was a private company who did taxes, and they would let you, like, get the money up front for a percentage. So they would take money from, like, investors like me, and they would guarantee me a certain return or whatever. If I put up 5,000, I get like 5,500 or whatever, like a 10% guaranteed or whatever. And that was like one of the things they did, but they were giving, I guess, like I won't say payday loans, but they were like giving the people their money right then on some kind of card or whatever like that.
Oh yeah, they do have that. You have it to where, yes, we do have that where you could get, they call it, oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue right now. It's off season, so my mind is on home health care right now. But no, you can get that, which is like before you get your actual refund, you can get a pre-loan first on a card. You can get it up front on the hopes, good faith that you do get your refund. So you actually have to do your refund. Sorry, you actually have to do your taxes to get that. Right. So you do your taxes with that company, and you get the money up front.
Yeah, and so she was...
Before tax season really starts. That's what it is. It's before tax season. Yeah, so it's usually start like from January through the 1st through like probably the 21st. You could get that if you don't want to wait. Because there's a time period. You cannot actually start sending taxes until the IRS gives you the okay. To do that, and that's usually like around January 21st. But you have people ready to do their taxes as soon as Christmas is over.
There's people who ready to do their taxes right now.
Yeah, and they'll start calling around December, like, can I get the loan?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many people I've heard say, I'm just waiting on my taxes.
Yeah,
right
waiting
now,
on their taxes.
Right now, like in August, I start hearing people say, I'm just waiting on my taxes. It's gonna be crazy when I get these taxes back. Yeah, and I hate tax season.
I hate it too, but I love it. I hate it, but I love it because
pay. But I'm gonna fix that.
Yeah,
I'm finding something to
right off.
Yeah. I shouldn't have to pay. I don't want to pay nothing else.
Yeah, I feel you on that, but definitely use your expenses to write off. But I want to do more than just doing taxes. I want to educate people. It's not just about getting a refund, but you want to make your taxes work for you.
Absolutely.
Buying property, because the only way you could buy property is doing your taxes. The only way you could buy houses is doing your taxes, and your taxes have to be done a certain way and look, be a certain way to qualify for that house. And a lot of people don't know that. So a lot of people are like, oh, I want a refund and things like that. But make sure your taxes are in order so you could use that for things you want. And it's not just a house. You got the PPP loan that's out now, the SBA, any business loan, anything that you're trying to get.
Yeah, for sure.
So
okay, so $650 to start your tax company. What would you say the people who just started with you, what do you expect them to make their first year?
I would expect a person to make at least first year, I would say $5,000 to $10,000. And that's what good
$650.
And that's what good marketing and if you're doing what you're supposed to do now. You got people that gonna come in and they have potential, but they don't push themselves because it may be unfamiliar to them. So they may be good at something else, but not good over here. But they have the potential.
So what I wanted to do is, if I do get into tax, I wanted to niche. I wanted to be in a certain niche. Like basically, the niche I wanted to be in was travel medical staff, like nurses, doctors, because I know nurses who work 6 months and they quit. The rest of the year because they make too much money, and then their taxable amount is so high it doesn't make any more sense for them to continue working. So they only work 6 months, make right around $100K, and then they just stop working because anything more end up costing them. So there has to be a fix to that. There has to be something that we can be doing to structure that money. But I haven't looked into like all of the things that they can do, but I'm sure there's some things that they could be doing differently, and tax would be like for the few nurses that I knew, they would hit me up like, yo, I need to talk to you about my taxes. Like, they're killing me, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, yo, there's a market here where you can literally just do travel nurses.
Yeah, or trucking, or
trucking,
you know, whatever.
yes,
but you have to build yourself up to that. And like I said, you got to get people to trust you first.
Gotcha.
You're dealing with people's social security number.
Yeah, for sure.
Their direct deposit information. So that's the first thing first, and then after that, the rest is history.
See, I don't know about what it's been like for you, but when I think about people trusting, right? People go to a doctor office because in my mind, it's way easier to get people to trust you than other things. Than what I would have. I guess what I would think that it would be, because people go to a doctor office and they just assume that this doctor is the doctor. They don't. I've never seen anybody ask the doctor for his transcript from college, or, hey, before you touch me, before you see me, let me make sure you pass this state board on the state board website.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
Yeah.
We just go.
Yeah.
Right? So I've seen people walk in the H&R Block and TurboTax and there were places or whatever. Not TurboTax, but I don't know if it was a TurboTax, but it was something else. Jackson Hewitt or whatever.
Jackson Hewitt, yeah.
But I've seen people go and they just, hey, I'm here to get my taxes done. They don't care who does them.
Yeah.
They're giving them all this information.
Yeah.
Social Security number, because they're here and they're expected to be a business.
Yeah,
right?
but they established though, and they earned that trust. But also, like, they're.
But we don't know who's in there.
Yeah, but listen to this. You have to, just like with anything, there are requirements, right, before you could start a business. And the state makes sure you have those requirements before you can open anything. So just like with taxes, I can't have an EFIN unless I do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so just a place like TurboTax, sorry, not TurboTax, but Jackson Hewitt, of course you would know they would have their license, because you have to have that EFIN, you have to have these trainings, you have to have these things in place.
Right. Now, I grew up in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've seen elaborate hoaxes.
I got you.
Right?
I got you.
If I get a little building, I mean, like a storefront, I pay the landlord, whatever. He may even, and they have a lot of deals out there. Like, you could move in for 6 months, no rent in a lot of corporate, like commercial properties, right? And you say, yeah, I'm gonna pay you $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month, whatever. Yeah. You put a sign up, hey, Jackson Hewitt Tax. Nobody's really in here. Maybe the city trying to check or something. Yeah. But initially, people just trust.
Yeah.
Right? But we don't know. We don't know. We don't know who's working in here. Somebody lied on their resume to get
you
know. So we don't know, right? Yeah. And I know a lot of people who scamming, and they getting these social security numbers. People giving them to them. Yeah. And they running them up, you know, and they turning in tax returns and stuff like that. So it is.
I don't do things like that, for the record.
Right. But that's why it's good to actually. It's great to do what you're saying, but people trust way.
Try to
easier.
go around it.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing it the right way. Yeah. And the right way, you're going to know it's somebody doing the right way, because with your EFIN, you have a system, and the system is connected directly to the IRS. Yeah. So everything is systematic. I just can't go in and punch numbers and send your stuff. No, there's actually a process that starts before you got to set up your system. You got to set up the banks, your bank product. You have to connect with the IRS to make sure the person refund gets there. The IRS has to check your credentials. And so that's just coming from me, because I'm doing it the right way. Right. So I'm going to know if somebody is not doing it the right way.
Right, but the general public is, with all intents and purposes, dumb.
Well,
people are dumb.
Trustworthy.
well, I mean, like you talk about EFIN, right?
Yeah.
Before I was even looking at tax, I didn't know what an EFIN was. I was dumb. I didn't know anything. Like, I would just go in. Like, as I'm telling you right now, nobody is actually going to Emory emergency room and saying, hey, before you operate on me, let me see your credentials. Nobody's doing it. We're just expecting somebody else to have done that. Yes. And that's how they got that 16-year-old boy who was a doctor and stuff. What? You didn't see that? There's a 16-year-old kid who was like a doctor and the lead doctor of some kind of whatever. No. That's what I'm saying. Like, the world is very trustworthy. Yeah. So to me, it's not that difficult. like that's what I'm saying. Like people, as soon as I said, "Hey, I'm enrolling," they was like, "Oh, well, he's not like, wait. I'm telling y'all not to trust me. Okay? Don't trust me yet.
Not
okay?
yet.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just talking. So but that's how simple it is to me, from my standpoint. When we're looking at a mass amount of people, it's different when you meet somebody at the store and you're trying to sell them your services. Yeah, that's different from like if you're advertising to a large group of people. Yeah. Then somebody's going, even if they don't know who you are, there's a furniture store that somebody just walk into because they're open. Yeah. And we're just going to walk in here. Now, that don't mean you're going to get this furniture.
Exactly. or referrals. Work out, referrals. So
it can be, so it's good that, you're telling people, hey, you guys should be being serious about your information, but people trust way too easy.
They do.
Way too easy. And you got to protect your taxes.
And I see it a lot because people just send me their stuff on Messenger, and I'm like, don't send me your social security number on Messenger. Do not send me your ID, your W-2, and they would just send it. Like, I don't operate like that. Send it through the portal. I like everything done a certain way, professionally, and so that would be the best way. Never send your information through text, Messenger, IG, any of that.
Gotcha. And so she is somebody who you could trust with your stuff because she cares more than most of you guys care.
Yes, I do.
About your stuff.
Some people just send it away like, go ahead, do what you got to do. And I'm like, oh, hold on, I don't operate like that. Like I'm very systematic in everything I do. And that's what makes a person successful. You got to be systematic, and you have to be, have to be organized and take your business serious. And anything I do, I take serious. And I'm going to protect your information,
And so, like, fortunately, in college, they definitely make a point to say ethics in business.
Ethics, yes.
Is like very important, right? Especially with me being an accountant, or being a business major and working in accounting. This kind of stuff, like ethics, is like
number one.
Yeah, but there's people who doing taxes who they just got an ID number and they do taxes. I know a lot of people who do that.
Yeah, right? You got some that do that. Like they just have their people in their niche. Yeah, and they don't care. But that's why you gotta look for those people or those tax preparers, tax professionals that care and have a legitimate business, and like they show you. Like I have my own tax page. Like I try to be very professional in everything that I do, because I have to represent myself first. Right. And my business.
Okay, give us one before because this video is going longer than it was supposed to. But give us one thing that somebody may not know about their taxes.
One thing that they may not know. This is one thing. Just because you don't get a refund does not mean that you don't owe your tax preparer. Yes, when a person does your taxes,
that's big.
Yeah, because people think that, I didn't get my refund, I don't owe you. No, it's a service. It's a service, just like with anything. You're paying me to do your taxes. So it doesn't matter if you got a refund or if you're not, because I prepare people taxes who don't get refunds. Like you owe, right? Yes. But you still have to pay to get your taxes done.
Pay to get them done.
Yeah, because that's
quite a bit of money.
Yes.
And then
actually, you guys pay more than probably.
I pay more because I got a lot of forms.
Exactly. Like, yours is complex.
Like, do you charge by the form or?
Yes, by the form. Yeah. And by depends what I'm doing. So you still have to pay.
I pay a couple $100 for show. I forgot how many hundreds.
But it's just
it's more than two. It's more than 300.
Because people think you're supposed to pay taxes for $50, $75.
Oh,
not in 2021. No.
I'm paying a couple $100 up front.
Yeah, up front. And that's what I'm saying, up front. So just because you don't.
Then I got to pay IRS.
Exactly. So you still have to pay, because even if you don't get that refund, you could get it 6 months from now. Yeah. A year from now. It's still a service. Yeah. So that's one thing that people don't know.
Okay. All right. So pay your tax preparer.
Yes.
And this is a good business.
Yes, it is. It is a great business. It definitely is.
All right. You want to tell them where they can find you?
Yes. It's tax season. So Basic Tax Season Inc. My email is Tomika Turner. at techseasongroup.com, and it's TOMIKATURNER at techseasongroup.com, and you can reach me there, or you could just go on techseasoninc.com.
All right. Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we out. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. And if you wanted to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot Volume 1, Own Your Trucking Authority. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. The link will be in the description below. Go get that. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty. Me up, Scotty.
Me and her together, we just counted up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street. When she first saw me, she said, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live, wanna rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap.
Say you want to be successful. But what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I caught the bus at Basin Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name.